Hello everyone! Today I will show you how to play on the piano a beautiful composition, Piano Concerto of Frederic Chopin. It will be the second part of Piano Concerto number 1, and it will be an easier version of this composition. First I will show you how it sounds with both hands, and then I will teach you how to play it. So that's how it sounds. Okay, so please print the sheet music that is in the link below. It will be easier for you to follow me. Okay, let's start with the right hand. Let me play it first, just the first few measures. It will be like that. Let me slow down and present you note by note. So we start the first on B, but that was so that you have an idea how it sounds. We start on B with the first, fourth on G sharp, the third on G sharp, the fourth on A, the third on G sharp, the first on E, the second on F sharp, and then we have the B, which is played shorter a little bit in advance, and B with the fifth finger, which is the main note here. Then we have again the third on G sharp, repeated twice, the fourth on A, the third on G sharp, the second on F sharp, the first on E, and the chord, the first on B, the third on E, and the fourth on F sharp, then the chord, the first on B, the second on D sharp, and the fourth on F sharp, and we keep this F sharp, and we move on with the first on A and the second on C sharp, and then the chord, the first on B and the fifth on G sharp, then the third on G sharp, the fourth on A, and the third on G sharp. Next we have faster, shorter notes, which will go like this. And these notes, they are E with the third, F sharp with the fourth, E with the third, the second on D sharp, the first on E, the second on F sharp, and after we play D sharp, then the next notes, they are not really played legato, but they are a bit played separately. So let me present it. So we will have D sharp, E with the first, F sharp with the second, G sharp with the third, A with the first, and B with the second, and C sharp with the third finger, and we keep it longer. Okay, let me add the left hand. I will play the right hand also, but please first learn the right hand by heart. So stop the video now and learn the right hand, and then play with me, continue with me to learn the left hand. So the left hand starts with the chord E and G, E with the fifth and G sharp with the third, and we continue like that. Then the second on B, the first on E, and the second on B, and we keep the fifth finger during whole measure. Then we have B with the second, and G sharp with the third, the second on B, the first on E, and the second on B. Then we have the chord, the fifth on D sharp and the second on A, and we keep the fifth finger. Then the first on B, the fourth on F sharp, the first on B, the second on A, the first on B, the fourth on F sharp, and the first on B, then the chord E and B, so we have the fifth on E and the second on B, and we keep the fifth finger. Okay, so with the right hand we play like that. The first on E, the second on B, the first on C sharp, the second on B, first on E, the second on A, the third on G sharp, the fifth on B, the third on F sharp, the second on B, the first on E, the fifth on B, the second on F sharp, the first on B, and here the second on D sharp, the fifth on E, the third on G sharp, the first on B, the second on D, the first on E, the third on B, the first on D, the second on E, and the fifth on A, the second on E, the first on A, the third on C sharp, the first on E, the third on C sharp, and the first on A. So that's whole part, the first 7 measures. Let's continue and we will repeat both hands later on. So the right hand, let's continue here on C sharp with the first, then the chord like that, the second on C sharp and the fifth on A, then the chord, the first on A, the second on D sharp and the fourth on F sharp, then we have the fourth on F sharp, the fifth on G sharp, and the chord, the first on D sharp and the third on E. Then we have 3 notes played like that. So we play one after another, but we keep all of them later on as the chord. So we play A with the first, C sharp with the second, and A with the fifth finger. Then we play the chord, regular chord. The first on A, the second on C sharp, the fourth on F sharp. Then the chord, the first on B, the second on D sharp, the fourth on D sharp. The chord, the first on A, the fifth on G sharp. And the chord, the first on G and the fourth on E. Let's continue. Very soon there will be beautiful melody. Now there is the passage like this. The chord, the first on A and the third on C sharp. Then we have, we keep the note A, but we play also the fourth on G sharp and the chord, the first on G sharp and the fifth on E. And the chord, the first on E, the third on G sharp, and we keep the first finger longer. We play A sharp with the fourth, and the chord, the second on F sharp, and the fifth on B, and the first on E. And we'll repeat a little bit now, because we've already learned 11 measures. Let's add the left hand, maybe after I play the right hand once again. So after the 7th measure, we play like that. Let me repeat the right hand, but in the right tempo, so that you could follow the rhythm. That's the first 11 measures. Let's add the left hand. So the left hand goes the fifth on F sharp, the third on C sharp, the second on F sharp, the first on A, the fifth on B, the second on F sharp, the first on B, like that, the second on D sharp, the fifth on C sharp, the first on G sharp, the fifth on F sharp, the second on C sharp, the first on F sharp, the second on A, the first on C sharp, and the second on F sharp, the fifth on B, the second on F sharp, the first on B, the third on D sharp, and the fifth on E, and we keep this note longer, the first on B, the second on C sharp, the first on C, the second on B, and the chord like this, which is the fifth on E and the first on B, and the chord, the third on D sharp, and the first on B, and the chord, the fifth on C sharp and the second on G sharp, and we keep the fifth finger and we play A sharp with the first finger. So these were the measures from the 8th till 11. I believe we will continue. We have 7 measures to finish the part for today, and then I will present you both hands very slowly. So the 12th measure is like this. Let me present you the right hand only. It's a beautiful melody. Play it very slowly. Okay, so let's practice these 4 beautiful measures. So the right hand is, we play the chord F, so D sharp with the first and F sharp with the second, then G sharp with the third, A sharp with the fourth, B with the third, C sharp with the fourth, B with the third, the second on A sharp, the first on B, the second on C sharp, the third on a D sharp, played twice, and the first on E. Then the third on E, the fourth on F sharp, the third on E, the second on D sharp, the first on E, the fifth on D sharp, the third on C sharp, the first on B, the third on A sharp, the second on G sharp, the third on A sharp, the first on B, the second on C sharp, repeated twice. The first we play with the second and then with the third finger, and then we go down the fifth on B, the fourth on A sharp, the third on G sharp, the second on F sharp, the first on E, and the third on D sharp. Okay, so let's play these 4 measures with both hands, but first please practice the right hand yourself, and now I will focus on the left hand only, but I will play both hands just to give you a better view where we are. So the 12th measure, we play the fifth on B, the second on F sharp, the first on B, the second on D sharp, the fifth on B, the first on F sharp, the second on B, the third on F sharp, the fifth on C sharp, the third on G sharp, the second on B, the first on E, the second on B, the first on E, the second on G sharp, and the third on C sharp, the fifth on F sharp, the third on C sharp, the first on A sharp, like that, the second on E, the first on A sharp, the second on E, the first on A sharp again, and the second on F sharp, the fifth on B, the second on F sharp, the first on B, the second on D sharp, and the first on B, the second on F sharp, the first on B, and the third on D sharp. Okay, so let's please practice yourself. Of course, I will continue. We have 4 measures to finish the part for today. So practice yourself, and when you are ready, please come back to the video. I will continue the measure number 16. I will play the right hand only in the right tempo till the end so that you could hear the melody. So the right hand goes like that. That's the end of the part for today, but that's not the whole second part of the concerto. Let's play the right hand only. I will tell you which notes to play. The measure number 16. We play the second on C sharp, the fourth on D sharp, the second on A sharp, the first on B, the third on C sharp, the first on D. In the notes you have like the double cross, which means that you need to play 2 demitones, which is 1 tone up. So we play the note D with the first, then D sharp with the third, E with the fourth. We have the first on C, the second on C sharp, the third on D sharp, the second on C sharp, the first on C, the second on C sharp, the third on D sharp, the first on E, and the chords. So the chord is the first on A, the second on D sharp, and the fourth on F sharp. Then quite similar, but we move the upper note. So we have the first on A, the second on D sharp, and the fifth on G. And we play then like that, which is the arpeggio, 1 note after the other. So we play B with the first, E with the second, and G sharp with the fourth. We play like that, and then we repeat 4 more times the note D sharp, and then arpeggio again like that. So we play the first on A sharp, the second on C sharp, the third on E, and the fifth on G sharp. Then we play G with the fifth, the note F sharp with the third, F with the second, E with the first, D sharp with the third finger, and C sharp with the second. Let me repeat the right hand in the right tempo. Just the measure number 16 till the end of today's part. Slow down and keep the last note longer because of the sign fermata, the last sign that we have in this measure. Let me add the left hand for this last part. I will play both hands, but please focus on the left hand. So we have E with the fourth, and we keep this note longer. Then we have the second on F sharp, the first on A sharp, the second on F sharp, the fourth on D sharp, and we keep it longer, the second on F sharp, the first on B, the second on F sharp, and we have the third on F sharp, and we keep it longer, the second on G sharp, the first on C, the fourth on E, and we keep it longer, the second on G sharp, the first on so the second was on G sharp, yes, and then we have the first on C sharp, and the fifth on B, the second on F sharp, the first on B, the second on D sharp, the fifth on E, the third on G sharp, the second on B, and the first on E, the fifth on F sharp, the second on C sharp, the first on F sharp, the third on A sharp, the second on C sharp, the first on E, the second on F sharp, and the first on A sharp, and we keep it longer together with the right hand. Alright, so that's just what I planned for today. Let me repeat from the beginning the 19th measures of the concerto very, very slowly. Here we go back to the tempo. So that was the part of the concerto that I wanted to teach you today. Soon I will prepare the next part. Thank you very much.